Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, yeah. So yeah, my name is Li Xin. Just now, as Cecile has introduced, I'm working with the Department of Business English, School of Foreign Languages for Beijing Forestry University in Beijing. Okay, and I'm really great honored to have the opportunity to take part in this online symposium, Professional Communication in the Digital Age. I have learned a lot from the impressive talks made by the speakers in the morning and in the afternoon. Okay, so I'm really appreciative of the great efforts made by the Research Center of the Professional Communication in English in the department of the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. All right, to provide such a platform for the cross-border and cross-disciplinary talk. All right, and the dialogue, right? So today, the topic is Teaching Business Communication in Practice, a University Enterprise Collaborative Model. And I will divide my talk into the 4 parts. The first one, I will just try to provide you with a social background for my course design, and also provide you with a theoretical basis. And I just rely on the pedagogy of multiliteracies. And the next part, I will illustrate in detail how I developed the practice-driven University Enterprise Collaboration model. I call this a practice-driven UEC model. And the next part, after several rounds of the teaching, I'm still reflection on my teaching practice and do some revision and innovation further, and I will design my course maybe from next term. Okay, so firstly comes the concept, global competence. Maybe you have heard about it. Now, it is put forward by the UNESCO in the year 2015. Now, in fact, it involves the 3 core concepts. That is to change young students' attitudes and values to equip them with the cutting-edge skills, and also change their behavior model. Now, here I'd like to share with you a video. Yeah.
Janet, we can't hear the sound.
You cannot hear the sound, right?
The sound of the video.
Okay. Oh, wait a moment, please. Yeah. So wait a moment. Okay. Thank you for reminding me. What about now? Is that fine?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
There are 4 key elements of global competence. Global competence starts by being aware, curious, and interested in learning about the world and how it works. Students are able to ask globally significant questions, analyze evidence from multiple sources, and develop an argument that draws defensible conclusions. Students recognize that they have a perspective and someone else may or may not share it. They weigh all sides and from that incorporate different perspectives into their point of view. Globally competent students effectively communicate their ideas with diverse audiences, including through the use of appropriate technology. While English is the primary language of business, speaking another language is important for collaborating across borders. By applying what they have learned, students can translate their ideas into appropriate actions to discover solutions for both local and global challenges. We now face a critical imperative to prepare all students for work and civic roles in an environment where success increasingly requires the ability to compete, connect, and cooperate on an international scale.
All right. Okay. So from here, we say the 4 elements in the global competence. In fact, the very essence of global competence is the intercultural communication competence and performance. Okay, and now back in the mainland China, our Ministry of Education has advocated to build up golden classes, right? It's a metaphor, of course. So the gold content in the class means we need to make the class more advanced, innovative, and challenging. So the teachers need to transform our concept, update the teaching content, and also reform the method to strengthen class design, now integrate info technology and enhance interactivity with the students. And we also need to streamline our evaluation. That means we need to stimulate the momentum on aspiration for the professional learning and cultivate innovative thinking of the young students. All right. So from here, we'll say, in fact, for the we have the consensus, right? The communication and business communication is becoming more and more important in our we can say technology-driven society, right? But how to teach this course well? I mean, teach business communication effectively is not only a matter of course, but also a matter of art. So besides this social needs, I also resort to the theory of the teaching, right? So theory is also a very powerful solution for our course design and to solve the problems we will meet in our teaching. So I resort to the multiliteracies pedagogy. Now, for this, we see a theory. Now, it developed by the New London Group in 1996. They just published the article, A Pedagogy of Multiliteracies, Designing Social Futures. Now, in fact, it is unlike the traditional approach. This new pedagogy tries to overcome the limitations of traditional approaches by emphasizing how negotiating the multiple linguistic and cultural differences is central to the fast changes in terms of workplace, public and private lives of our young people, young students. All right, so there are two key points in this, I call this the MP theoretical model. One is design, another is multimodality. So that means that for the there are two goals for this literacy learning in a contemporary society. We need to help the students create access to the evolving language of work, power, and community. And we need to foster the critical engagement necessary for them to design their future social futures and achieve success through fulfilling employment. So I think, in fact, this theory model is really in line with the cultivation of the global competence. Yeah. So the very essential part of this theory model is there are two elements. In fact, one is a situated practice, another is the overt instruction and critical framing and transform the practice. So what does it mean? For this situated practice, we need to, the teachers need to start from the authentic multimodal material to try to build the context, to provide the real context, to let students experience real business experience, experience something has already given, and raise the questions or problem that need to be explained and solved. And for the overt instruction, it means teachers need to help the students solve the problems with the technical business knowledge or theory. And we also need to use the multimodal PPT or video to explain the knowledge, the very abstract knowledge in a concrete and vivid way. And also we need to have the critical framing. We not only need to illustrate what the technology or the skills, the knowledge is, we also need to tell our students, explain to our students why, or we need to try to analyze the multimodal business communication discourse functionally and critically. We also need to integrate our teaching with the, we can say, intercultural issues. And for the transform the practice, we also need to help the student to solve the problem independently. For the first three stages, we need to give our students the business knowledge and the skills, enhance their analytical ability. And finally, we need to improve their application with the capabilities, in fact, to help them solve the problems independently and repack the knowledge in a multimodal form. For example, we also need to give our students the assignments to design the video or the multimodal presentations, right? So for this theoretical model is really student-oriented. Now, teachers just serve as the designer, coach, or scaffolder to facilitate the learning process. Yeah. So we say with this to address the social needs and requirements of the times, and also relying on this advanced teaching theoretical model, I just have the top design of my course. This course, the English name is English for Business Communication. It's a compulsory course targeted for the business English sophomores at our school. Okay, it is set up in the autumn term, I mean last term in fact. Okay, I will deliver the course for 6 weeks, 16 weeks, for each week 2 teaching hours. So totally there are 32 teaching hours. And I have carefully chosen 2 textbooks. One is this one, Guide to Managerial Communication, Effective Business Writing and Speaking. The author is Mary Mounta. Another one is Essentials of Business Communication, written by Mary Ellen Goofy. So these two books have their own advantages. You can see this is contents. There are 6 chapters in this textbook covering the overview or the oral communication part and the written communication part. And for this textbook, I think the oral communication part is more advantageous. I mean, it's really hands-on, easier for the teachers to handle in the classroom. So I just combine these two materials and carefully chosen the now the main we can say knowledge, and try to redesign my teaching material. And also based on the nature and the requirements of the course, I divide my teaching into 3 modules. So the first module will be last 2 weeks, is the course overview. Now we talk about the also the general issue or the knowledge or the theories about the communication, and it also touches upon the intercultural issues in communication. And for module 2, it starts from the 3rd week until the 7th week. It's about the oral business communication. Just as I mentioned, I rely on the 2nd textbook, talk about how to structure your oral communication, how to use visual aids to facilitate the effect, and how to develop the non-verbal communication skills. Of course, it's also very intercultural. Yeah, and in fact, the last term, these 2 modules were covered by one of my colleagues. Yeah, we too share this course. And I mainly covered the 3rd module. It's the last also about 8 weeks. Yeah, so it's about the written communication part. Usually I divide it into 2 major parts. One is a routine business correspondence and a special business genres. Now here I will show you. Now for the routine business letters also include, for example, the format or style of the business letters, faxes or emails, application letter or cover letter or resume to prepare our students for their future studies abroad or to apply for their job in the future. So here I just show you very quickly. I will also give in the very detail about the format or the style. Now here I will not go into the detail, of course. And then I will talk about how to write the business message with a neutral business letters with a neutral message, good news and bad news, or sales letters. That is the persuasive information. I think this part has been covered by Dr. Xiaoyu this morning. It's also about the business communication course, right? For different communicative purposes, the structure or the style of the letters will be quite different. And for the last part of the semester, I will cover 3 special business communication genres. They are business proposals, plans, and reports. And for the last week, usually we'll have the mock business English practice contest as a part of the final exam. Now later I will go into this part. So now I'd like to talk about the the module I developed. Yeah, wait a moment. Wait a moment, I will go on. Okay, in fact, I started to deliver this course in the year 2012. Yeah, and for the 2 rounds, I just adopted a very traditional way. I mean, it's a lecture based. In most part, I deliver the lectures. The students just always complain they have not enough practice. They cannot fully grasp or fully improve their oral and especially oral communication skills. So from the 3rd round, I just rely on the theoretical, multiliteracies pedagogy, and also develop this new model. That is a price-driven UEC model. So I just get the enterprise involved in the delivery of my course. So for this model, there are also 4 layers. The first one is the teacher's lectures on business communication theories, knowledge, and the skills. I still need to equip the students with we can say enough knowledge, sufficient knowledge. And at this level, the enterprises will also be integrated. So usually for each semester, I will invite the entrepreneurs to come into the classroom. So in the morning, I think you have now just come to know top line, the very expert or very professional branding or brand consulting, okay, company in Beijing. All right, in fact, we have signed the internship basis with the company, and we have also invited Madam Han Yan to come to our classroom, and another co-chairperson, Mr. Song Jun, to deliver the lecture. So last semester, because of the COVID-19, we changed it also into online form. Now the title the company shared with us is the Public Relations Case Analysis in the post-COVID-19 era. It delivered by the customer manager from their Chongqing branch. They also talk about the future tendency of the PR company, and also say their visions or their mission and values of this of top line for over their 10-year development. And they also share with us students the intercultural communication stories because they have expanded their business into India and other countries in the world. Okay, so our students really like this model. Yeah, very much. Okay, and I have also talk about now here you say the second layer is the students in class practice. We will make our students to divide it into several groups and also make the group presentations. And for this level, we also get enterprise involved, and the entrepreneurs will be invited to do the tutoring for our students. And the third level I have also mentioned just now is the mock business English practice contest. It's a part of our final exam. Now, during this part, you say the entrepreneurs will still be invited to do the tutoring. For example, Madam Han Yan has been invited to tell us today, our students, how to design very impressive PPT, how to use very advanced analytical tools to impress the audience. And also our students will also do some field visits to prepare for their mock contest. All right, and this national business English practice contest is usually for the third year business majors. So usually the members will be chosen from the, we can say all the students. Now this competition has two levels. One level is the regional contest, and the next level is the national contest. And our students have taken part in this national contest for the consecutive 7 years. So this is, you see the judges. This is now we can see Chairperson Song Jun and other entrepreneurs from other companies in Beijing. They worked as the judges in a regional contest. And this is also Mr. Song Jun to work as a judge in a mock contest and give the feedback after our contest. All right, so these are our students. They also do the field visit in Hema because they are now doing the preparing for the business proposal for this company. All right, now as for the national business English practice content I mentioned, now I just use this table to show the contest theme for each year. And this contest requires the participants, the students, to have a partner, the collaborative enterprise, to do the field research, to spotlight one of the problems for this company they need to solve to further improve their performance, all right, to become more competitive. So you see for each year, there are different things. For example, in 2016, the theme is a global competition, China Wisdom. All right, so our students just choose a Lenovo group in Beijing to do the field research, and the subject for the present, for the now we say contest presentation is a Lenovo Leaps Over Legend. Now, in fact, in that year, we got #1 in the regional contest and the third prize in the national contest. And the next year, in 2017, the theme becomes the craftsman spirit, quality China. Now, our students just choose the BOE, another technology group in Beijing, to do the field research. And we got regional prize and the national prize, both #1. I mean, this #1, the first prize. Okay, very impressive. And the last year, we say the theme has changed to adapt to win because of the COVID-19 and the trade war. And this time, our students choose golden education group. Yeah, it's an education, also a consultation and training company in Beijing. And here I want to show you this example. And you can see the theme and the requirements last year. The title, the theme is Adapt to Win. It requires our students to identify one or more aspects that needs improvements and make a proposal that will address these aspects and conduct an investigation to justify the properness and effectiveness of the proposal. They also need to communicate the entire proposal in a presentation with the aim to persuade the board of directors to invest in a project. Now, in fact, our students after the contest, we have really get the investment to do a app for this company as a proposal to solve the problems. All right, and I also want to use this example as to illustrate how I adopt this multiliteracy pedagogy in my teaching. So we have the 3 stages you see. Now, firstly, of course, I will also deliver the lectures on this part, business plans, reports and proposals, their definitions, their different categories, their formats, all right, and what are the important things they need to care about when they are writing or when they are making this reports or proposals. Now, this is a try to help them experience something known. All right, and I also have the videos. I have the video short. Yeah, I show my video to illustrate these details of the knowledge. And I ask my students to have the group work to collect the samples of the reports or the proposals, and also to present in the classroom. So this is kind of also a way to experience something new. They also can use their presentation skills they have learned from the oral part, right, to integrate the oral part with the written part and prepare for their contests. So they also need to be very familiar with the structures, the formats, okay? And also they do the field visit to Golden Education Group to get more information. So during this process, also the overt instruction is conducted by the entrepreneurs in the company and the teacher as well. So they will tell our students what they need to think about, what their real problems are. They need to think about their proposal and together with the culture of the company and also the situation in China and in the world. So our students can get, we can say, more functional and critical understanding of the knowledge. So this is also the critical framing. All right, and as for the transformation, I mean, the next part is to transform the practice. I have also innovated the evaluation form of our course. Now, in the past, we just have the final paper exam. Now we change it into the formative assessment. So we have 3 parts. The written assignments will account for 35% in their final exam. And the online learning group now presentations account for another 30%. And now 35% of their final result will come to the mock practice contest. We ask our students to, you can have your startup, you can write a business proposal and try to make it feasible. Or you can also try to find a partner to identify the problems and write a proposal to help the company to solve their problem. So it's also very student-centered and try to change our evaluation, right, to guide our teaching to be output-oriented so we can continuously improve the teaching and learning effectiveness of the course. So you can see the transformation. I mean, students' work, this is part of their PPT covers I have collected, right, for their mock practice contest. They have chosen different partners this year, right, to do the field research and to come up with the solutions for their problems. All right, so as I've mentioned, Mr. Song has been invited as the judge and later give us the students very insightful and the comments and feedback. Our students feel very happy because the idea from the, we can say, really commercial world is really fresh, new to them. They can learn a lot. Okay, so this is the pictures that I have taken for the preparing for the regional contest or national contest. Our students come to Lenovo to do the field visits. Okay, and this is the PPT in the regional contest, the PPT in the national contest. Okay, and this is the last year, all right? And you can also say this is in different sessions. Our students feel very excited about this kind of contest and also this kind of a way of the new approach of teaching. Now I'd like to share with you a very short video clip to say part of the the contest, national contest. I can only run it for 1 minute because of the time limitation, right? Yeah. Please enjoy it.
Now let's give the floor to the first team, Golden Ship from Beijing Forestry University. Welcome.
Okay, because of the COVID-19 last year, it was also the contest was held online. Yeah, but in the past we just go to Guangzhou Foreign Language and Foreign Trade University for the final exam. Okay, so this is our. Can I see? I have 5 minutes left, right? Could you, yeah?
Greetings, all judges, ladies and gentlemen. We are Golden Ship, and these are our team members. As you may know, COVID-19 has greatly impacted all walks of our lives, especially industries relying on face-to-face contact, such as education and training. Golden Education, founded in 2006 and committed to empowering enterprises and individuals with value-added products and services in finance, has aroused our attention. Capitalizing on ACCA and CPA professional training, Golden has endeavored to build for its customers an ecosystem, with the first half link focusing on academic development, from financial education to overseas study. And the second,
I'm sorry, I can only share with you this very small part. I just want to show you that they are the third-year students. You can see their pronunciation, intonation have been greatly improved, right? And also they try to make their presentation as professional as possible. And you can see after this kind of a model of the class and this kind of a training, they become more confident, right, in their oral communication. Okay, and for this teaching model, I have also done the questionnaire among my students. This is for the last year. I have 40 students. So you see 98% of them just welcome the chances to have the field visit in a company. 80% of them just like our teachers, us, to invite entrepreneurs to come to the classroom to share their real business cases. And they also like the teamwork and the collaborative learning, we can say model now, because they think it plays a positive role in learning the course better. And also the mock practice contest help the students improve their teamwork ability and collaboration with their classmates. They also think the lectures made by the enterprise professionals will also help them better understand the knowledge of the textbook. And also watching the videos of the previous National Business in English Practice Contest, we also help them learn how to improve communication skills. Because in fact, the PPTs and also the videos of the contest will also become very valuable multimodal teaching materials, very authentic teaching materials, right, for the next year students. So they can also benefit a lot from it. All right, and also these are the students' self-evaluation. It's written in Chinese. I just also reviewed every feedback carefully. They think highly of this model. They think they have gained a lot from this learning process. And this one just praise Mr. Song for their very, we say, insightful idea. It's really enlightened for them. Okay, so now, generally speaking, this model, I think, is welcomed by the students. It proves to be successful. And also from their questionnaire and the self-evaluation, some of the students still feel the time is very limited because there's only 32 hours. So for some detail about the written communication or oral communication, maybe we cannot just cover completely. So I just want to, in the future, have another, we say reform. I want to try to construct the practice-driven blended class. Now have the online and offline 2 sessions. For the online part, maybe I will develop the SPOC. And I also want to cooperate with other business English solution providers to develop the smart learning platform, right? So students can learn it online, about the 10 hours online. And for the 8 hours, I will continue to illustrate on how to write the business correspondence in a very effective and professional way. And for another 14 hours, now we will give it to the practice, continue to have the, now we can say enterprise integrated, the mock contest. And we also encourage our students to take part in a national contest to sharpen their communication skills, right? To have the real taste of what the business is operating All right, so I call this a practice-driven blended class, just to try to come this course more practice-oriented. And at the same time, I want to deepen this practice-driven integration with enterprises home and abroad. Now, in fact, I also reflect the intercultural communication part is not strong enough. So maybe I will get involved with more multinationals in the future, maybe, now to deepen this, we can say, collaboration model. And also I want to collaborate, I have mentioned, with a business English solution provider to develop MOOC, maybe to facilitate a smarter teaching and learning. And I continue to build up Golden Class to equip our students with international competence. Yeah. To prepare us with softer skills for the future digital transformation age. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. That's all for my presentation part. Maybe we can integrate further in the discussion panel.